Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community, and people don't even know it.
Man, let them have a discussion.
I got you. In your book that you got right, in your book, it was told in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
On page 29 and 30, you talk about women coming from Angola and being brought to going towards Mexico, being hijacked in the year 1619, and 44 African women went to Virginia. So how is this equating to the slave trade being told in reverse?
What do you mean? That's part of it. I'm refuting the 1619 story. They were trying to say that the first Africans arrived in Jamestown, Virginia. I'm refuting it.
Yeah, but you don't say anything. You don't give any evidence to refute it. All you do is
yes, I do. You got to keep reading.
Oh,
like, what you talking about is the beginning.
No, I did. So you brought question to the fact that they have Antonio and Isabella, and where did the man come from if it was all women?
Exactly.
But nobody said it was all
That's
women.
part of it.
But nobody said it was all women, though.
I said it was all women. Yeah, I'm the source on that.
What?
I said it was all women. Yeah, I'm the source on that.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I said it was all women. Yeah, I'm the source on that. I said it was all women. I'm the source on that. I said it was all women. I'm the source on that.
You have no. So what is the source for? It was all women.
Go to the bibliography.
We did. And
where's the citation, bro? Why don't you have any citations?
Oh, calm down, brother. It's just me and him right now.
No, we
I got the book right here. Hold up.
We having a
I gotta help y'all niggas out. I gotta show y'all how to research.
I paid $55 for your book and I don't see no citations, bro.
That was it? You only paid $55? And the citations are starting at page 129, nigga?
That's what you trying to do.
That's not citations, bro.
Money.
Bro, you don't know what a bibliography is?
That's
a bibliography. That's exactly what it is.
What's the definition of bibliography?
It's not in-text citations.
What is the definition of a bibliography?
Why don't you have any in-text citations?
Yeah, I bet you won't be able to answer that question. How you gonna talk to an author about a book that he wrote?
Hey, bro, I don't know you,
James,
we've been doing this shit longer. You ain't did.
I don't give a fuck how long you been doing it, nigga.
We own a publishing company.
Dumb ass nigga.
Let me ask him the question.
Keep researching. Keep reading the book, though. And yeah, be looking out for my stuff on Monday,
homie. When I asked him about the citations, now I'm a dumb ass
he ran away. He ran away because I was
going to ask him. Fuck that nigga, man.
This is, bro.
We trying to chill so we can get him on this information.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. Hold on, man.
Break that lane, I'm trying to make a name, but my sick thoughts got me by my brain. I'm searching for my. How ironic how we hustle for the same, but get bracelets for trying to get a chain, man. They want to take up.
Peace, y'all. Peace, YK. Peace, everybody in the chat. YK got a debate coming up. All right, I got one next week. I just want to talk about it. I'm definitely going to be at the that debate, YK. Word. Just trying to waste some time until the debate start. Or we can get up here and talk about a couple things. But word. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Which one is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, look. This dude made a crazy ass flyer. Y'all know if that is not me. That's not me. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I hope a couple people on this side gonna be there. I know I seen a couple people get tickets. You know what I'm saying? I know you was promoting. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pull up support, review the information. I already know I seen how you give it up, so I know you're gonna get detailed and so as long as you do what you usually do, you definitely, I believe that at the end you're gonna have my vote because I'm not biased. I want to see the information presented, but I kind of, I know both guys, so you know how you can kind of tell. It's like a basketball game when you know the players on the team, you can kind of be like, oh, they look like they're gonna win. Look like YK going, he might win by 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But hopefully it's gonna be a good one. Word. But I got the debate next week with this dude Hawk School. Yeah, Incredible Hulk. Yeah, really. So he so I know you know this guy. Like, people know this guy. He's kind of on the ignorant side, but you know, he likes to yell and scream. But me and him was able to have a conversation. So I think it'll be all right. And plus, you know, he's one of them guys, he talk a lot of shit. He got his little channel and people, you know, so he I ain't gonna say he's the one I want to go after, but I took the debate because he be running his mouth. So let's see if he can stand on it. You know what I'm saying? I think it is. I don't think he's the caliber the opponent I wanted, but he's a big talker over there. And if you want to stand on it, let's stand on it. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely not me in that flyer. Word. Yeah, YK, I say I know he's not in my league, but he gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta start standing on some shit. He's one of the ones with the biggest mouth, so yeah. And you know, I try not to get personal on the YouTube, you know what I'm saying, but he's one of them that really, you know what I'm saying, says some shit sometimes that really piss me off, right? Personal, like he like to. But now we're gonna fight like men, you know what I'm saying? Word. We definitely gonna fight like men, right? So let's get to it. So me and him having a conversation today. I'm gonna drop the link. Word. Because we ain't gonna be up here too long. Like I said, when the YK debate start, that's where I'm going. I'm going over there when that shit starts. So you want to pull up, you know what I'm saying? Pull up. In the meantime, I'm gonna go through this little conversation me and Hawk School had. So the debate is centered around the question is, are indentured servants and slaves the same? Right? I'm on the side where they're not the same. And he's on the side where they try to say they are the same. Word. So let's talk about it.
Ask the question, allow the other one to answer. Let's get it in.
Peace, Hawk School.
Peace.
So let me just ask you a simple question. Not without too much detail, because you know we're debating this, but why do you consider servants and slaves being indentured servant and slavery being the same thing, or slaves being the same thing?
Because the indentured servants now think they're slaves.
Oh, there's indentured servants now?
Damn near. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is still in their mind compare the same thing, because we know the word employee didn't exist before 1850. So we would have to ask ourselves, what were employees called prior to 1850? And I suggest indentured servants and slaves.
So you are equivalent that to employment today as what it was.
Well,
back then.
I mean, it's an ugly system, but it's basically creditors and debtors. Same system we live under now. Same oppression in a different form.
I mean, I don't see Visa knocking on niggas' doors, beating them because they late on their bills. So I don't know about that.
Yes, they're a very elusive bunch. These vultures.
So did y'all hear that? He's trying to equate, like, you know, today you owing the powers to be money. You know what I'm saying? So I came back like, I don't see Visa whipping motherfuckers because they, you know what I'm saying? Because you owe them, right? Yeah, they can make your life hard with credit and all this other stuff, but it is not the same, brother. That sounds good. So basically, I'm pretty sure the way you talk, you got some records to prove these things. You know, some actual like court documents and things like that.
Bro, I could come to the debate with just the shit you bring and beat you. You could just send me whatever you gonna use, and I could beat you with that.
I mean,
but
I can
do that. Answer is of course.
For you.
The answer is of course. But I'm so official, like a referee whistle with this shit, that you could bring me what you present, and I could take that and use nothing but your source, nothing else, to show and prove. I'm so certain of my stand. You know, I'm not a squatter. Respectfully.
Yes, I seen you try to like
So
take a
try.
source.
We don't use try in Atlantis, sir.
Well,
You
I
either
seen you
do
try.
or do not. I'm a Jedi,
Yeah,
my
so
nigga.
to try is to fail, and you failed at it. That's why you see under me it says Abos died this. You hear him? He threw that Atlantis thing in there. So these dudes really believe that they're from a fake place. You know, that's not what the debate is about. I'm just pointing out some of the crazy thing they say, like, oh, people from Atlantis don't try. You not from Atlantis, brother. You was not from Atlantis. Chris, what's good, bro?
What's
You got a
good,
little
man?
double up.
I got a double up. Hold on. I'm gonna come in and come out.
Yeah. Yeah, so this whole Atlantis thing, like he's one of them that really think they from Atlantis. Like I don't want to debate things like that. I'm gonna debate things that center around, you know, African American Black history, things they try to confuse. Like they try to say servants and slaves are the same. So those are things I try to get into. Because they try to discredit the actual what happened here, the history that happened here, as far as you know, people's ancestors being enslaved and so forth, things like that. But yeah, these dudes he's from Atlantis, y'all. To try is to fail, and you failed at it. That's why you see under me it says Abos died at this source. That's the thing I do. I take your source and really read it because y'all don't read y'all source. Y'all go look for a certain sentences and shit like that. Right? I really dive in. But we're gonna see on the 11th. We definitely gonna see.
So I already see you gonna see on 11, and your girlfriend gonna see on the 11th. I already see, my nigga.
Yo, what she got to do with it, man? See?
You know how we do, man. We include everybody, man. Anybody could get it on my block.
Well, not a coincidence. You better have to destroy you on that day to prove the indentured servers and slaves were the same. And I know you're going to do your damnedest to show and prove that slaves and indentured servers had nothing to do with one another. So I think it's going to be a good conversation. I think it could be an eye opener if it's conveyed right, like I said earlier, man. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you two brothers in the ring.
When we bring these sources, though, you're going to have to stand down, bro. You can't come around kicking up dust for this argumentative shit like you always do. You're going to have to get a new subject. We're going to have to start moving past these subjects once we show and prove, bro. This shit is getting redundant. Niggas too smart for this, respectfully.
So that's the type of thing y'all do, right? Y'all get beat up on the topic and then y'all come back and say the same thing using the same points.
You haven't beat nobody up yet, bro. You really haven't.
Everybody I battled, I beat up. Come on, I haven't beaten anybody up. Are you serious? All I do is beat up Abos. My latest victim was, matter of fact, I didn't even show the video. I was over there a couple days ago. But all I did was beat y'all up the whole time. Right? Y'all beat up the whole panel. But y'all could look on my channel and look for the smoke signal video and his Choctaw ancestors. And you know what I'm saying? These are the things I do with these Abos, right? Peace to the chat, yo. Sean, pull up, man. What you doing, man? Pull up, man. It's an open panel. I'm just trying to waste some time to the YK debate. I don't know who's going. I'm going. I know a couple other. I've seen a couple people that I know. I know Melanated Goddess got a ticket. Lucky got a ticket. Well, we got to go over there and support YK because we do want to. We got to start debating them more. But we got to get them off their panels. Are you working? All right. We got to get them off their panels. So, yeah. When you get a chance, pull up, chop it up a little bit. But we got to get them off their panel. So some of them are gonna have to take debates out somewhere else. I know Chris was talking about he wanted to start doing some bits of debates over there. So we got to change. We got to do some type of exchange, right? But they're gonna have to come up out that echo chamber eventually. I like doing the debates just so I can get it on record, right? And I'm gonna show the rest of the people. I don't really care what happens in their polls because I already know what it's hitting for with them, right? They try to say It's not a popularity contest. It's you know, when they do the paid debates, it is only people in there that's going to pay the ticket, but you're only promoting to the people that's abos. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all people y'all even choose a debate with don't really have platforms anyway, right? It's not even that they can't, but they just don't, right? So it's no choice but to keep it in that echo chamber still, right? I know, I get it. They want to act like they doing something and challenging things intellectually, but they're really not. But we're gonna expose them. That's why we're taking these debates and we're just gonna smash them every time, every single time.
That's cap. So we're just gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna let you pop this shit. I'm just the host, but
Jaguar, he was there. He seen the fuckery between me and your debate, right? So
Nah,
you know,
Quinn, you didn't stay in complete context of the debate, bro. You was hitting other topics. You didn't stay on topic.
see, now that's the biasness right there that I was just talking about. Like he said, I didn't stay on topic. I didn't stay on topic. It was about white slaves. It was white slave. Was there white people enslaved in America, and did black people own them, or black or Indians own them? Black and Indians own them. That was the title. I don't know if I'm saying it word for word exactly, but that was the context of it. He didn't prove any. He didn't prove at any point in time that there was a black person who owned a white slave. He didn't even name anybody. So, if anything, Ab Powell was not on topic. I know I stayed on topic the whole time, the whole entire time. So, you know, these are the lies they try to push on their panel.
Like you really didn't, bro. It wasn't just that. And then you kind of tried to persuade it to another debate. You see what I'm saying? And it just wasn't hitting right.
Yeah, so what's the time period? Is there a specific time period, or you just want me to do 200 years of American history? I mean, I can, but is there a time period, or what are we doing? Let me know.
I mean, of course it's. I mean, really, the time period is 1865 and before.
Okay.
Because after that, we know slavery is abolished. So,
well, damn near, except for the white prostitutes in Barbary Coast with San Francisco nowadays. But I digress.
Yeah, don't try to get pseudo and drag it to something else that's not.
Hey, bro, I let you get a year and all that, bro. You could set all. It's really like a handicap. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you pick your handicaps, my nigga. I'm gonna beat you up with your own hands and step on you with your own feet, respectfully.
And you got good one-liners, but I doubt that you'll be able to.
Man, you know I'm your favorite nigga over here, bro. You come play with me. I know that's why you want to get beat up by me.
I'm telling you, all of them are narcissists. All of them think that they're more important than they really are. I'm his favorite nigga. What the fuck type of crazy shit is that? I don't have a favorite abo. Trust me. Y'all not that important. And y'all not even good at y'all the shit y'all do. Right? I can't question y'all. And I don't even mean like a question you in an aggressive way. Like we can't have a back and forth. Right? Me and Hulk did today. I was surprised. But we can't even, for the most part, you can't have a back and forth with them. And like I said, it's the one I'll be wanting the ones with the platforms, right? Hulk School, he do go live a lot, but he don't got one of them platforms that's really hitting like that. But he's on all their panels, so he got to get handed to, right? That's just it. This is what we up here doing. We challenging their narrative. Again, we gonna get them to take debates off their platforms. That's gonna come, right? I know it's gonna come real soon. Like I wouldn't mind hosting a debate over here. Like I said, Chris, he wants to do a whole debate league, but you know, Chris, he likes to do other topics also, or he likes to deal with the Bible and things like that. which is cool. I don't have no problem with that. But I just want to talk about the history of Black Americans. But Chris definitely got that debate league, and we can get some Abos over there. So we're gonna get that smoke. But whenever we talking about Black history, that's where I want to be. And in the Americas, true, honestly, because this conversation with these Abos is bad. I seen a video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find that video with some little kids. They talking about they always been here and what they not. It was crazy. It was actually sad, real sad. Callie sent me that video. I'm gonna find it.
Try it beat, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
But it's about time you stepping up because you've been running a long time, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've been running shit a long time. Running shit is different, my nigga. That's different. It sounds like it's the same word, but running shit is different than running from shit. You know what I'm talking about? It hit different. Do your homework on running shit.
Yo, stop stealing bad lines, man.
Hey man, I rock with my nigga. We try.
I'm
always gonna help my nigga brand himself, my nigga. That's how I get down. Ask him.
So
Aborigines lines, bro. Don't do that.
So in the context of indentured servant and slavery, and slaves, how come these indentured servants have contracts and these slaves don't? We'll start there.
Why do indentured servants and slaves don't?
Yeah.
You tell me, when did the indentured servant sign a contract when they was being kidnapped and forced on a ship and taken to another country, my nigga? When did they do their paperwork?
So that wasn't
I'm just asking, when you think they did their paperwork?
So let's notice he's answering my question with a question. Secondly, you're trying to insinuate that's the only way. So yeah, I wanted to hear that real quick because I'm gonna get you 1 second, Chris. So he tried to answer the question with a question and then insinuate that all indentured servants was basically snatched up and brought to America as slaves. Like, nah. What's good, Chris?
What's good? What's good? My question is, what are they trying to prove with the servant argument? You understand what I'm saying? What is it that they're trying to prove with the servant argument? That the slaves that came over here were servants?
So what they want, this is what they want to do. They want to make indentured servant and slave synonymous, right? So that when we see these white people coming over here as indentured servants, they can label them as slaves because, they want to label the white people as slaves. So the only way that can happen is, if when we look at it and they, what I'm saying, if you actually dive in, you're going to see in the cases of the white people, they're called indentured servants. These people that are in servitude. So the only way for them to be a slave is if that slave word can be synonymous. It's very silly, right? But that is a talking point, a big talking point when it comes to denial of the slave trade. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So what's the relevance of it, though? You know what I'm saying? Why do they need the European to be a servant versus the black to be a servant versus both of them slaves versus both of them servants? I'm not understanding the argument with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Are they saying just because whites were servants, that mean blacks weren't slaves? Are they saying whites were slaves, therefore that somehow alleviates the slavery that we went through? I'm just really asking because it's not clear what their argument is with that. You know what I'm saying? I know you can't make servant and slave synonymous because one had fetters around his neck. One was in a perpetual condition of slavery and didn't have any rights. One was seen as property. You understand what I'm saying? And the other one was necessarily not. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's weird.
Yeah, it is. It is. But with them, you got to really take it slow. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could really say. To try to,
I can't do it. I tried this morning.
Yeah, I seen you. I see you tried. You tried, but root words is not somebody you could really try with. He's gonna do that shit that he did 9 times out of 10, unless he goes on like this dude they call Old World Florida, a white guy. When he goes on his panel, he's on his best behavior. So that's the only. Yeah, exactly. his best behavior. Word. And this is a guy, a white guy, right? Who pushes that basically these Irish people, these white people with red hair are kind of indigenous to Florida or been here way longer than what people know and became part of this indigenous population. And so basically, if you came here in 1492, he's saying these Irish people would have been here and been here for thousands of years.
And who enslaved them?
Oh no, they wasn't enslaved. These were the people building the
Okay.
castle. And yeah, exactly. And he goes on his channel and just be the most polite person you ever seen in the world. Word.
Oh man. All right, let's keep it going. Keep it going. I'm just confused. Like the argument is unfounded. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere, no historian is talking about this. Their arguments are just unfounded, man. That's all. This is just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But Chris, what do we tell him? Like, you're making this up. We tell him that all the
you
time.
making it up all the time. You made it up. Today Root Word said his English was what was that he
Latin.
tried it? The 14th Amendment? Latin?
Oh yeah,
Like
he
habeas corpus?
Yeah, he was just throwing things out there. That's one of his line, habeas corpus. Did he say Reconstruction era? Did he say that?
He tried it, but I caught him with that when he was I said, so what history and where are you getting your history if you can't use Reconstruction history? You know what I'm saying? Like how are you defining history? You know what I'm saying? Reconstruction history is what it is, but that don't mean it eliminates who the people were before the Reconstruction period began, because even with Reconstruction, they still tell you who was there. You know what I'm saying? They still telling you what people was there. I'm just trying to. I get their arguments. It seems like they trying to just be right about something or confuse everybody. I guess that's all they got at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they try to get you in like a gotcha moments, but even him with that I said the Reconstruction thing because I just sensed because he was just in his pseudo bag, so he pulling out everything he could say. Yo, who that right there? Sound like you driving with the window up. Who that, Cass? Who is that?
It's Cass. It's Cass.
Oh, all right. What's good, bro?
Yo, chilling, man. You see, they kicked me off again, of course.
Yeah, for no reason, man. I told him that too.
Yeah, I be like, when I'm about to check somebody, I'm like, yo, like, you don't recognize that the Muslims were taxing people that were non-Muslims more than the Muslims in the area, and oh no, and they're like, oh, we got to get them off of here. I'm like, bro, how you not know that? You supposed to be Muslim.
Yeah, yeah. That was a different conversation we was having because I don't even want to get in that whole thing. It was basically surrounded with the name India, and then it just went to whole other shit. Like,
yeah, I caught that at the end, like the tail end.
yeah.
So when I seen the map, I was like, well, those are, it was, they written in like a Latin script. You know how they have like the V as a U and all that stuff. So I didn't really get the full view of like when y'all put the map up and what you guys were trying to explain.
Basically, it started with the Columbus thing, right? Columbus thought he was in India. He wasn't. Named the place, so they started calling the shit West Indies, right?
Right.
That comes from because he thought that's where he was, and when he looked at the people, it kind of resembled the people from India to him. This is where the name comes. So what their response is? Oh, it wasn't even named that back then. So I showed him the Ptolemy world map, where he made the map in the 2nd century, but the map we looking at was actually created in like 1406. It's a recreation of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's still prior to 1492, right? 1492 is the date. So it's prior to then, which shows that the place was called India way before they knew about the Americas. You know what I'm saying? They just don't accept simple things. So that's what that shit is about. This shit is real simple. This is
Everything
a
conspiracy
map
with these niggas.
Yeah, but anybody can look it up. It's a Ptolemy world map. You'll see India on there, and it's before they knew about America. So
Yeah, that's been a debate a lot amongst the Abos. Like, oh, India wasn't even called India at this time, and you pulled the map up, and boom. So that was you put a dagger in that argument.
yeah, they didn't like that shit today, but that's what we do, man. And that was an easy
Yeah,
one. I've been
they
trying to
they
show
don't
them that shit
realize.
forever.
Yeah, they don't realize the reason Columbus came over here because the Islamic world was, I mean, the Ottoman Empire was the world's power at that time, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was the world's power. And they like, look, nigga, we can't get to India that way because we got to go through the Ottomans and then we go south to Africa where gold and stuff is coming from and all these textiles and stuff like that. We got to deal with the Berbers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So our thing is we're gonna have to strike out. We're gonna have to go a different way because they trying to get to the Orient. You got
Hmm.
you ain't got in Western Europe. What is this dude doing? Okay, let me
Yeah,
get
that's what I
past
tried to
this.
explain to them. It wasn't safe for any non-Muslims to go that way.
Uh-huh.
That's what led to them getting to America. Like they're trying to find different ways to get to these big trading places like India and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta watch the Ottoman Empire on Netflix, bro. It's dope as hell.
okay, okay.
Yeah, like when you guys are talking about India, Hindustan, and man, this is third. You learn this in the third grade. You
Yeah.
learn this literally in the third grade when Columbus landed here. He originally thought he was in India. The people had a skin hue favorable of the people that were in India. That's why he said it. I
Exactly.
mean, what are we doing, man? Like, this is third grade, Miss Gittleman's class, man.
Hmm. And their only defense of that,
Well,
Chris,
that's all.
is that their only offense is like that they'll say, "Oh, when in 1492 India wasn't called India," right? So my response is, I showed them the Ptolemy world map, which was created before 1492, and
Mm-hmm.
it literally has a place where you can look on it. You look at a map, you're like, okay, that's India. If you ever looked at a map before, you understand what I'm saying? You can look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
India, the subcontinent of Asia, and yeah, um, it says India there. I don't. What's the problem? It's really that
What
simple.
sources y'all got combating this? You got to ask them that.
Yeah.
They run to the
Oh,
14th Amendment.
yeah. Or it becomes fake. Yeah. The habeas corpus, all this other like, man, listen.
What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Why are we doing this, man? Why
I
are we
mean,
doing this? Aunt
we
like to
know why
say
we
they don't
do it
play fair.
because we doing it because people watch them, right? We
Mm-hmm.
always we got to remember why we doing it. People watch them, and that's why we might run down on their platforms, and we know some of what I'm saying. We have like audiences from like Abos will come watch your show, Abos will come watch my show. So we need to show them this, and we also need to show our other people this who might not be so into it, but leaving with some talking points because these conversations they go to social media and all this other stuff, right? So we equipping the
Right.
community, and we are, what I'm saying, defending it in real time, and what I'm saying, that's why. I mean, it seems
Right.
stupid at times. The shit they say is really dumb, but we gotta. It's just something we gotta do because they do have what I'm saying, people that are watching.
So who's debating today?
YK and 111 Truth.
All
Yeah,
right.
they
What's
debate.
YK's position?
He's basically defending evolution.
Okay, and
And
1-1 the truth isn't?
yeah, he's saying evolution isn't real. Yeah.
Wow. YK,
It's weird
YK the
because
truth went that easy in the first round.
Yeah.
If you know what he's
yeah,
Listen,
doing.
he uses talking points from the science that we use to talk about evolution, but he's discrediting it. That's the weird part about Truth Searcher, bro, because
so
he takes those little talking points from our science. and then say, "Oh, it's
His
not
whole
real."
thing is, see, his problem is True Search is gonna he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose because he doesn't believe in science. That's why he's gonna lose. But his point is that when we talk about evolution, he only thinks evolution is speciation, right? He'll admit that there's forms of basically natural selection, which is evolution.
That's
But
evolution. That's
exactly.
adaptation. That's game over. You can't
And
get around it.
Chris, he uses those exact words you just used, adaptation, right? He uses that word. He's like, yeah, adaptation happens, because we got to deal with our environment, X, Y. That's evolution. He thinks evolution is only speciation. He thinks it's only speciation, right? So,
nah, man, that's
yeah.
incorrect. And I really don't mess with YK the Truth like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess he a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with him, but he made some kind of like weird videos about polite.
Yeah,
and his stuff. It's the same person. You know what I'm saying?
I dealt with that also with him also. You know what I'm saying? That's another conversation. We probably maybe one day.
Yeah. We'll stay away from that. We'll stay away from that. Yeah, we can stay away from that. No doubt. We'll stay away from that.
I was on the same time you was. You know what I'm saying? Just to put that out there. It's on record.
Maybe he was misinformed, and we could just leave it at that. I mean, he seemed like a cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
He's cool enough.
He's
cool enough where we could have a conversation with him and really see where he's at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with it. So
yeah,
I think we should leave it to that time and really understand what was happening, because I'm confused about it too. Also, right? I'm not.
Well, we're gonna deal with what he got going on today, and we just gonna support the information today. Where's the debate gonna be at over there on Aboriginal Powers channel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna watch it over there. I rolled up over there the other night.
They had what was it? So they actually were selling tickets and stuff for it. Was $10.
It's $10.
Yeah.
Man. Won't be watching it. I'll be tuning in and listening to you there, because I'm not paying no Aboriginal no money. No disrespect.
Yeah. So I paid the $10. No, I respect it. That's on you. I paid the $10 because I want to kind of support debates over there. I brought up that you got a debate league coming over there because we want to once we start getting this information flowing, like I was saying, they're gonna have to come to your side. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna have a bunch of other debates because you like to talk about other topics. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Abos concerned, I think we could kind of have an exchange of, you know what I'm saying, debates going back and forth.
No doubt. My league is, well, I don't like to call it a league. It's just going to be premier discussions and debates, and it's just going to be about.
I didn't mean to say.
No, ain't no problem. I know people say league all the time, but the thing is, I want people to bring their best rhetoric. I want people to understand what a no true Scotsman is, what a red herring, a slippery slope is, how to identify contradictions in logic and stuff like that. Because it's not about being right or wrong all the time. It's about a debate. You know what I'm saying? A debate is not about who's right and who's wrong. A debate is about, I'm going to identify why you are wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to force you to prove that you are correct if I'm the negative in a debate. So I'm gonna be going over the rules tonight and stuff like that, and so people can understand it, so we can get away from the ambush scholarship, because that's one of the things that just hurt the community.
Now go ahead, finish. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you got it. No,
you're
go
saying
ahead.
One of the things that hurt the community more. And I like what you're doing, because you are actually gonna bring like the actual how debates are supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like just some of the words you use, like when you was talking earlier, informative, informal, formal. You know what I'm saying? Are you based on sources, or we just talking basically? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like, so you're gonna be able to teach people, these things, and how to like structure your debate and things like that, which is gonna be good, real good for the community, because we're gonna get some real schooling on how these things should be done and handled, and how you should go about presenting your information. So I think it's gonna be real dope. And like I said, I put in the chat earlier, I can't wait to catch a debate over there. So
it's not, and I don't want to take too much steam away from what you're doing right now in this moment, but I want to just show people, like, you can believe that you're an Indian and still win a debate. You can believe that you're an indigenous person and still win a debate, but you got to say, hey, I'm the affirmative in this debate. He's the negative. And then, you know what I'm saying? Understand affirmative speech versus negative speech. And we do it all the time. It's just that we don't know when we're doing it or why we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm gonna probably debate Domo first over there on my channel. Because you know me, I'm not afraid of I've been debating for like 10 years. I rarely, if ever, probably ever lost, but I'm not afraid to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to get beat up. You know what I'm saying? I've been beat up before. Michael Edwards stumped me on evolution just the other day on my channel, and I bowed out. I was like, you know what? I'm still a student of evolution. You got me with that question. You know, he was asking, was it based on intelligence or adaptation? And I said adaptation. He said, well, what?
You know what?
What causes it?
My bad. I was just trying to point out a characteristic that you have as a man. What you should have and be able to be show some humility. You know what I'm saying? Where when you know you're wrong, you know what I'm saying, you just sit back. Okay, let me learn something instead of just fighting. You know what I'm saying? Which happens on these panels all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if a lot of people was able to show just a little bit of humility, it'll go a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, Cujo got me studying all that Mississippi, Virginia history. You know what I'm saying? He got me studying all that because one night I was on there and I was wrong about a couple of things. He's like, no, Chris, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And he made it clear, like, and he corrected it. I'm like, oh, damn, he is right. You know what I'm saying? He'll say, no, Chris, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But he know I'm not trying to sell no wrong information. He'll say, hey, man, I do this for real. You wrong here. You know what I'm saying?
Get it right.
I can fall back and listen. Yeah.
You want to get it right instead of just being right. Like in that moment, because somebody might not know as much on your topic as you know what I'm saying, on the topic that y'all talking about. That don't mean that you're right. That don't mean you got it right. You was just, you know, you won that moment. So you could still be pushing you know what I'm saying, not, you know, misinformation, not saying nobody's lying, because I've been there. People, you could look through my lives and a couple times like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk to you, other people I know. We know. Listen, it's so much shit out there. We can't know everything. That's why we need other people. Okay, you know this, you know this, and then now I don't gotta look it up. You feel I don't gotta go through the shit and read it when you done read a couple books on this shit and you could summarize it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of topic on 5 minutes and give me some other things to look at and just put me on to some whole shit I didn't know. I don't gotta put in all the work.
That's why.
You know
and that's why when I went on Aboriginal Power show the other night, I don't know. Yeah, you saw me on there. I said, let me just turn up and show them that they not on my level. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I looked at the recap last night.
Yeah, and you saw that they begin to back off. Yeah, they begin to back off like, yo, this one a little bit too smart right here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. Let me say this, bro. So you know when he said, and when y'all were arguing about the difference between ethics, it was
oh my god.
That shit is classic. Yo, Chris, you need to make that into like a little short or whatever, where you could just, you know, put that on TikTok. But yo, the way you know, you got to show the part where y'all had the conversation about ethnicity first, and then you got to show how he went and got the definition of ethics and try to compare it to ethnicity. Like, yo, oh my god, that just showed how bad
that was crazy, bro.
But what I was
and Chris, you was nice about it. You was real nice about it.
No, that's what I wanted to do though. I wanted to use like I wanted to use my pathos. I wanted to keep my pathos at a certain like length, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to show them like, yo, it ain't no debate with me versus y'all on here. You can't debate me. Y'all ain't on my level. You know what I'm saying? Even with the DNA stuff, you can't argue with me. And then I showed it. And when he came with the ethics argument, you notice how his pathos, how he started to get a little bit more calm and quiet when regarding me. He wasn't all aggressive no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show him it's a way to shut them down. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to shut them down. And it's like I like to say with the Hebrew stuff, I'm like, look, man, it ain't no debate. All right, it's gonna be a lesson on my behalf, teaching the audience, but you gonna be debating. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
microwave scholars, man, they want everything quick, and that's the issue. And they're not doing
Yeah.
the research
Yep.
or anything.
Good point. Excellent point. Excellent point. Yo, you gonna go live tonight? Not a coincidence on the debate, or you gonna let it ride out?
Now I'll probably go live after. I'm gonna watch. I'm sitting there watching.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna start exactly at 5. It'll probably start like 5:30. But yeah, I'm I plan on it. So we'll see. Also,
I'm
I
gonna
got
say it like this: my debates are gonna be free. Free.
Yeah. See,
Information is free. Yeah.
I'm not here for any money. I work Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
8 to 4:30. That's where I make my money at.
Right.
I am not
Right.
on YouTube to make money. Yeah, if y'all want to send me some, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Cool beans. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take any debate, especially when it's talking about this Black American history, defending our ancestors. Right? I will take any debate for free. I don't care. I don't care if it's 2 people in there. I don't care if it's 100 people in there. I will take the debate, and what I'm going to do is show that debate on my platform and expose the bullshit. Word. But yeah, I'm with all that free shit. Like
I mean, this is an American problem, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of Americans, man, are fucking piss poor on their own. Because you ever watch those videos when people like go throughout the streets and they ask people like questions about like the Star Spangled Banner or just different things about America, and they don't know it, and it'd be like simple things, bro.
Yeah. Simple things they just don't
know. Yeah, this is an American problem,
today.
bro.
Yeah. So we just reaffirming the history of our peoples. That's all. Word.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? And like I said, I'll be paying the debaters out of my pocket on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I could afford to pay everybody $400 for a debate, but if I throw you 50 and throw the other person 50, you know what I'm saying? That's probably all I can get at muster up at the moment. But hey, I'm paying you for your time. You know what I'm saying?
I could buy me something to eat. I ain't even asking for that.
Yeah.
I can get something to eat for the
day. Yeah, I'm saying I'm just being honest,
babe.
but I'm starting off small time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hell, I might call it, hey, what restaurant you eat at? I'll place you an order. You know what I'm saying? I've done it for people before, man. You know what I'm saying? So
you're not here to get rich. You feel what I'm saying? You're here or to really make money. You want to because what you like is you want to get the truth across, right? And you want to dispel some of the I hate to say lies. No, I do like to tell them they're lying, but I'm trying to be nice. You want to dispel some of the misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with that, and anywhere I can help and all that, and I don't need to get paid to do that. That's it.
And I want to say this lastly. All the Abo channels, the Aboriginal Indigenous channels, I've subscribed to, from Research Guy all the way to Chief Holiday, back up to Dane Calloway. And I will be rolling up like, can I come in for a minute? Can I talk to y'all? I will be doing that.
That's what they need. Unexpected guests, man. Word.
Do the Research Guy let people on his panel?
No. Not that I've seen. I went over there. Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I got in 3 comments, I got blocked. Never been over there. He had a live a month ago. I said a couple things, and just what he was saying, not disrespectful. Because anybody know me, I'm not a disrespectful person, right? At all. Like we can have conversations, talk. Yeah, I could talk shit just like you talk shit. I'm not the best shit talker. I ain't gonna say that, but we can curse each other out if you get me there. But for the most part, I'm not doing that, and I don't even like doing that. I didn't sit there, let people say all types of crazy shit and still just try to get to the information. So I'm just trying to get to the information. The man literally said he took a DNA test, and then while I'm listening, he says he took a DNA test and it shows that he got Indian, right? And then while I'm listening, he's saying DNA is fake. But you were just talking about how this is saying he's Indian and it could prove it and all this other stuff, and then he just switches to it's fake, it don't work, and so I try to say a couple things about that, blocked, right? So
yeah, and what I'm also going to be doing. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say it's a chick from Detroit on Power Panel that said she took a DNA test and it came back all Indian. Are we gonna
No,
see this DNA test?
you talking about Shay Pink, right?
Yeah, Shay Pink.
No, she took a 23andMe, and that's not what she's saying. That oh, he fell off. But what she's saying is it has a lot of African on her shit. But what they don't understand is when they go to the scientific details on 23andMe. So you got your ethnicities, then you got your genetic populations, right? In the genetic populations part, this is where they try to send assign you to tribes, right? This is when it gets a little bit more deeper. So they might say you're Nigerian or from Ghana, but then on the scientific details part, they'll try to assign you to genetic populations. And on there, a lot of times, because they don't have the information, it says not detected, not detected, not detected. That has nothing to do with you being matched to the reference population of Nigeria or Ghana. These are two different things that they're trying to do, right? So we got to think about it like, okay, they can tell you from Africa, then they could tell you that you're from West and Central Africa, then they could tell you what country in Africa. Now they're trying to tell you what people group. That's when it gets a little harder, and they like it shows up on one of my ethnicities on Nigeria. It shows up Igbo. Some people have it, or because they have a lot of information on Nigerians. But when they get to the other, like Congo and other things, then they're not going to have a lot of information on those tribes. Once we get more testing, this is what's going to help that. And they're just confusing ethnicity with genetic populations. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, for some odd reason I can't comment in your chat. That's weird.
Why not? What you mean?
You're saying the comment has failed to post to not a coincidence. So it says
That happened. That was happening to me earlier. I don't know if that's like the server with YouTube, because when it did that to me when I was on somebody else's chat, and then like 10 minutes later I could do it. But I'm gonna look. I don't see why.
Yeah, this is weird. I see Real Rap in there. I want to bring him on and on my platform probably tomorrow or tonight after you get done going live, and I want to talk to him about his results, because I want to pull my results up and I want to compare mine with his. You know what I'm saying? And just show him that, man, you African. You know what I'm saying? He understands it now. That's a good thing. You know, that's a start. Because we always said he was gonna come around. Like he was doing something that was a little bit unique. He was going off of the information. And there's so much misinformation out here in ways that there's ways that these guys can manipulate information if they're not comprehending it correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, but mine was very unique, and I've been trying to bring it on here, but you know what I'm saying? It get a little bit sometimes if the room just get too crowded. But mine say 84% West African, and then it say the other 16% is like Native American. You understand what I'm saying? So that was, and it was only like maybe like 1.8% European, which was very, very unique. And I remember the lady was saying that. She's like, that's very unique.
That is really unique.
But it goes back to my family being in the Southeast. You saying that's where they was all at. You know what I'm saying? So I tell everybody that they was in the Southeast. They were there.
I gotta check mine, man. Mine's keep changing up and whatnot. They updated my ancestry, but my Congo went down. My Nigerian went up. But see, right? Congo don't show up in there. But what shows up high is, I think, like Sierra Leone region, like over there in Mali. So that shows up. But I don't know if they don't have a lot of the Congolese like info in the database or whatever, but it don't show up over there at all. But it shows up high.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what they be doing. Yeah, they tried to attack that. I see what you said. Okay, no, listen, yo, check the family. This is what they're doing.
And the country they're different from the ethnicities. And they don't understand that.
Yeah, the heritage and culture differs, right? It ain't got nothing to do with the genetics. The genetics is telling you who you match with, right? And it's saying your genetics match exactly with these groups of people right here. And then they'll run they'll start trying to mix genetics and culture. Like, man, we talking about genetics, not culture. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll start saying, oh, well, how you this tribe and this tribe? Bro, those are Bantu peoples. These are Niger Congo peoples. These are this group of peoples. You got to understand the history of Africa first and the genetic populations that are there, and understand that when you're dealing with African populations, you're dealing with a diverse genetic pool. You know what I'm saying? You're not dealing with just one genetic pool. So what they did was they have a database with all these other genetic, with all these other results in there, and they're comparing your genetics to their genetics, and they're saying, oh man, you a match with these people based on the research that we have so far. That's all they doing, and I don't know why them guys get on there and conflate that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I when they did that, I was like, what? I heard them doing that, and I'm like, nah, bro, nah, you can't do that.
But you're exactly right, and I like how you ended it on so far. So science is they'll tell you with the most updated information we have right now. This is what it is.
Yep.
Right. And shout out to Port City. Shout out to Port City. I see you out there. Team
Port
Evo.
City in the basement. What up, though?
Yeah, you can't get around the DNA, man.
Mm-mm.
Can't. They try to say. They try to act like the DNA test was created for black people. No, it was created for Europeans. Right.
Well, how you gonna be scared of DNA tests and then say they're gonna clone you at the same time? Like, they're like, oh, they're gonna take your DNA and clone you. Like, well, why are you scared? I mean, you said it's not real, but then you said that don't make sense, bro.
Is that real rap in the building, or is that another person named Rap that calls himself that?
I was looking at what he was saying. I believe it's Rap. It's Rap. That's him.
All right.
It's real Rap. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to put my number in there so he could hit me up. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me put my number in there or email address. So, Talk Life Media said it's ethics. No, it's ethnicity, bro. Yeah, that was crazy, man. I was just like, whoa, man. And he's a champion. You know what I'm saying? He's a champion. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? This ain't looking good for you, man. Stop taking Sonetta's model over there, bro. Let him have that. You know what I'm saying? Let him have that. Nah, man.
I haven't been on.
Hey, what's that?
Been on Sonetta page ever since.
He cut out.
Yeah, he cut out. You know what? That was interesting. That video you showed of Ontogynous one when he was saying bring your sources, and you was on there and you came on there with sources and they didn't come with any. I was just like, yo, why would they ask you to bring sources? Or like that one guy came on there that night. Yeah, that one guy came on there talking about some. Yeah, I got the high science. I got craniology. You know, the bones in the West Indies, and I'm all like, nah, man, you can't use that report. That's not high science anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I said they don't use craniology, and it clearly tells you that they was comparing those skulls to that of Negro skulls. You know what I'm saying? And the reports say that they were African. That was buried. They were buried in a indigenous grave that dated back to 1250. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know what to get with that.
You talking about the that 1939 article?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I pulled the anthropological report.
They compared it to the Gabon.
The skulls in Gabon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, in that article, they was giving it a control, saying just because these skulls match that of the Gabon region doesn't mean that they was necessarily Negro skulls or African skulls, because I have a report now of the indigenous peoples of Cuba practicing teeth chipping. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying they practiced it too. So it doesn't mean anything.
So was it because you know what, they got that I know A1 showed that article a long time ago. So what was they saying that these people was here pre-Columbus? I never really looked into the article.
No. They're not saying that the people were here pre-Columbus. What they're trying to do is what they were doing is saying if these skulls were here, my argument became, all right, you're using this article. All right, you're trying to say that Negroes were here pre-Columbus. Remember when he kept asking me that, were Negroes here?
Mm-hmm.
I says, man, Negro is a social construct. You got to tell me what group of people you talking about. You know what I'm saying? We go to West Africa. You can deal with the Elway people. You can deal with the Mali. You can deal with all these different tribes who go by names that have tribal identities, right? You just saying Negro, so you can go cite these sources without first understanding the worldview in which these sources were being written from. Just follow me. If a Portuguese Spanish person is writing the word Negro, he ain't necessarily talking about an African. He talking about a specific A, worldview, B, person with darker hued skin, because he can mean brown or black. And if you look at Africans in general, we're not black anyway. We come in different colors of brown. I don't know. Black is a social structure, just, you know what I'm saying? But it's a worldview. It was a Spanish and Portuguese worldview. All right. And it's not even a English word. Negro is not even an English word. It comes from the Portuguese. It comes from the Spanish. You understand what I'm saying? So if they saw the Indians, the natives, they would say Negro. They weren't calling them Negro in terms of Africans. They were calling them Negro in terms of what they saw based on their color of their skin. That's all it really was. And that's all it's ever really been. Now, to the skulls in the Gabon region, I'm going to pull this article real quick because I have it right here. Just give me a second. In this anthropological report that they grabbed, they cited it, but they didn't read all of it because all you had to do was go down to the results. And in the results, it said that these skulls matched Africans, right? That it matched African skulls. All right. So my point was, you can't say that y'all were here pre-Columbus because these are African skulls, according to this craniology report or anthropological report. I'm just saying that these were Africans, and you guys say that you're not African. So that argument is dead. Now let's get to the scientific part of it. What they were saying is that maybe the grade in the 1939 article by the Miami Herald, it was saying that maybe that Africans adopted Indian customs not pre-Columbus, but prior to Columbus arriving. In other words, they were buried in one of the grave sites, indigenous grave sites. That's what they were saying. But the word African is replete through this this article here. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling it now. Yeah. And debates sometimes aren't necessarily a place to have those type of discussions, right? Because they can cite that and you're like, whoa, that's a genetic fallacy. You just can't sit there and read this and determine that everybody in this area was in fact African. You know what I'm saying? Or someone that looked like you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with that. Yeah, hold on. Let me I'm coming in through my computer. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fall off right here and I'm gonna come in through my computer. Come bring me in.
All right, I got you. Yeah, Real Rap. What's good, Real Rap?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the weekend. I was listening to y'all conversation, man, and I was watching a panel yesterday and the day before. It felt good just sitting on the sidelines eating popcorn, listening to these niggas mispronounce words, man. That shit be hilarious.
Yo, Rap.
Yo, Chris, what's good? Yo, Chris, I'll put my number in the back chat, man. If you can't see it, I'll put it back in there because
yeah, I just came in through my computer and shit like that. So
I got you. I'm putting it back in the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, to not a coincidence, like I tell you all the time, bro. I think you way too nice I think you way too respectful with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the information is cool, but I would like to see you talk shit a little more, like expose their fallacies a little more, because it's times where like you got them on the ropes and they be running, and how you can tell is when AP be talking over you. That nigga does not let you talk. A1 don't let you talk. And
Sachi.
I saw Sean pull up over there. That shit had me laughing, man. Like I said, I'm retired from panels, man. I'll jump on Chris panels to like go over the data, but like pretty much after that, I'm just in the crowd enjoying the content because this shit is entertainment, man. These niggas are hilarious when you just sit down and listen to them. Like I said, the ethics versus ethnicity. When A1 said it's the same word, you just gotta add the ITY. I was crying.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
I was crying.
That shit is a classic, yo. That shit is really a classic. I don't think Chris.
Shit had me in tears, bro.
I don't think Chris know what he was dealing with, but that shit is a classic, man.
He said it's the same word. You just add the ITY.
So that's like saying mower for lawnmower, and more is the same word and shit.
So it
like,
becomes ethnic tea. You know what I'm saying? Ethnic tea.
Hey, man, like the way you was
trying and ethic is the same word because it got F in there. You know?
Like the way he was trying to pronounce ethnicity, it sounded like a lawnmower with no gas. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kept like I was like, come on, bro. Like this is y'all scholar. Like this is y'all teacher.
He
like,
could have used that same. He could use that same argument for any word with ETH in that motherfucker. Like, it was crazy. You gonna say that with ethanol? You gonna say that?
That was weird. That was real weird. You know what I'm saying? When he did
that
that,
shit was hilarious, man. I was
that's literally what you call pseudo linguistics.
Yeah,
that's pseudo linguistics at its finest. Like
I heard that with more MOOR and MORE before. Niggas was like, yeah, because they had an abundance of stuff. That's why the word more means what it means. We have more of something. I don't know. Okay.
Not abundance.
Hilarious, man. Hey, look, man. I think Lucky called it out. If A1's name is ontogynous and they was trying to set up the debate with Sean, this nigga said that people sprouted out of the ground.
Yeah,
I want to hear that. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm like Chris, bro. I'm not paying them niggas $10. Somebody gonna have to hit me with the link behind the closed doors. I'll pay you the $10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to hear that argument.
From the nosebleed. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay somebody else the 10. I'm not giving AP and them niggas 10, 20. It don't matter what it $1. I'm not paying them niggas nothing, but I'll pay you, you know what I'm saying, wink, wink for the link. But I definitely want to see that because that man said that people sprouted out of the ground like Adam and Eve, or like Adam anyway. So I want to see that argument, man. I want to see that ontogynous argument. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah, that debate still ain't even start yet. I'm over here looking. I'm waiting.
I hope he don't run off. Come on, add power. Don't do it. So let's take a look here. Because I'm in the back watching. They loading up. They just popped on there, so it looked like everybody's there. All the players is there, so it looked like it's going down.
So you gonna have this live running and
should I do that? Because I was gonna do a couple things in the background, just listen and just come back later. So
yeah, you can come back later. You can definitely come back later because I want to go through this right here. This information. Audience.
So we're gonna end it when Chris finished this presentation. I'm gonna go watch this YK debate, and I'll let you know how it is after. But yeah, Chris, take your time. There ain't no rush.
All right,
do what you gotta do.
All right. So one of the things that they like to do is give misinformation, and they're pulling this from a 1939 article written by Trevor and Julian in 1938. And it was in a newspaper article in which they found 2 Negro skeletons, right? And they determined that they were Negro skeletons based on the cranial structure of the skulls, right? The size of the skulls, Now, craniology is all based on scientific racism. They had this understanding that if the skulls were larger, that means that there was a higher brain a higher brain capacity, and if the skulls were smaller, that means that there would be less of a brain capacity there, less brain capacity right there, right? So they pulled this article and they'll pull it at random while you're talking to them. And then they're like, see, 2 Negro skeletons prior to Christopher Columbus arriving. It says 1250 CE. And then they give you that newspaper article, read half of it, and then run to this article right here because they think they're showing some science, right? Now, this was in a monthly record of anthropological science published under the direction of the Royal Anthropological Institute of Great Britain and Ireland. So White Lotus will be eating this up. You know what I'm saying? Because he hate anything dealing with the British and the Royal Societies, whatever. Right? You know, he'll be eating that up. He ain't gonna want to hear none of this. You know what I'm saying? So let me read this real quick, and this is gonna be brief, all right, guys, because I can read pretty fast. And it says the recent paper in this journal by Buxton, Trevor, and Julian implies that an unideformed negroid physical type inhabited the Virginia Islands in pre-Columbian times. So this is why they would grab this article, because it does say pre-Columbian times, right? I think we can all agree with that. You got that, Rap? You see that? They'll present that to you, and they're gonna say, see, look, Negro skulls, pre-Columbian. Stop claiming that African stuff. But they don't read all of this. And it says, not only is this implication contrary to the previously accepted things for the Antillean area, as it will be shown later, but it also fails to fails to give, let me enlarge this, I can't see. I have my glasses on. All right, here we go. But it also fails to give adequate consideration to the possibility of these skeletal remains representing intrusive Negro burials. Hey, real rap, what that mean to you?
Just keep reading, bro. I'm listening. My bad, bro. I was kind of moving around, but I'm listening.
Intrusive is the key word. I see that.
Right. So if it's intrusive, that means it can't be indigenous, right?
Yeah, it's not from there.
It's not from there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue. The mere presence of skeletons in a sand or shell mound of Indian origin, lacking careful stratigraphic, I can't say this word right now, stratigraphic records is not certain evidence of primary association with the accompanying artifacts. Okay, so when you're dealing with stratigraphy, you're dealing with layers in the ground. That's all you're doing. You're dealing with layers of sediment in the ground. Right, and that's what they're saying. Wait a minute, they didn't give us enough of the stratigraphy for us to fully come to a conclusion here, right? It's lacking careful stratigraphic records, right? Okay, let's continue. It is not certain evidence of primary association with the accompanying artifacts. Moreover, I venture to say that few physical anthropologists familiar with the American Indian skulls would mistake Indians, those illustrated by Buxton, Trevor, and Julian. Indeed, most physical anthropologists would probably be less conservative and say Negro instead of Negroid. Okay, I hope y'all listening to the language here.
Oh, wow.
All right. In support of the opinion that these authors are describing Negroes, I wish to present a similar case from Barbados, British Indies. From correspondence with Mr. E.M. Shilstone of Bridgetown, Barbados, it appears that in August 1933, he commenced to excavate a sandy ridge about 50 yards from the high water mark on the shore of Chancery Lane, on the southern coast of the island. This ridge proved to be a kitchen mitten containing many objects of the Arawak workmanship. So now we're dealing with the indigenous people, the Arawak people, And what they're saying, they were finding Arawak,
workmanship.
Yeah, workmanship, crafts, and things like that,
Crafts, yeah.
pottery, right? All right. Among other things encountered in this site was a skeleton laying on its left side at about 20 inches under the surface. Mr. Shillstone believed the skeleton to be that of an Arawak Indian, and in 1937 presented it as much to the United States National Museum. Upon reconstructing the skull from many fragments in which it was received in Washington, I felt justified in calling it a Negro for reasons that will appear from the following description. Here we go. Now, two views of the Barbados skull are shown in plate period 1-2. Comparison with the two skulls shown in the paper by Buxton. So he's up here comparing these skulls right here. Right? This is what he's doing. He's reading those, right? All right, let's keep going. Trevor and Julian indicates that the individual and sex differences are no more than would be expected of the range of variation in a single race. Certainly, however, such Negroid features as avelior prothagorism, prognathism, broad nose, and low orbits are more pronounced in the case of the Virgin Island skulls. In order to evaluate the better the metrical findings, Table 1, which we're going to see, contains measurements and indices of the Barbados skull in comparison with the range of variation of the 5 males from the Virgin Islands and with that of 68 male Negroes from Bennington's Gabon series. Now, Gabon is a place in Africa. It's in Africa, all right? That's in Africa. So what they're doing now is they're going to compare the skulls metrically, and they're going to look at these skulls, and they're going to come to the conclusion that these are Negroes based on an outdated science family, an outdated science that they no longer use today, right? And they're going to give the measurements of these skulls. But there's going to be some material culture on these skulls that confirm their hypothesis and their conclusion. And we're going to see that in this article. These figures are presented for what they are worth, which unfortunately is probably very little, because measurements are very imperfect descriptive agents and more than one racial group may fall within the same range. So it's saying right here, the metrics of a skull does not determine race. That's what it's saying right here. The size of a skull cannot determine race. That's what he's arguing right here, and he's pushing back on in the same article that these guys go and read and present to you all. All right? It's a shame that they try this without even reading it, right? Let's continue. The eye is able to detect racial differences that are only masked by figures. I have selected the Gabon series for comparison because it is from the west coast of Africa and is about the best available. It is not, of course, fully representative of the population which Negro slaves were shipped in the New World. Let's stop right there. So what he's saying, they tried to play with this. Since he ain't talking about the west coast of Africa. It clearly say that the available scientific data they have available for them to compare this skull to does not generally compare to all of the Negro skulls that or all the other Negroes that come from West Africa. They're saying so this one skull doesn't represent everybody from West Africa, but guess what? This is what we have readily available for us right now to compare these findings with. That's all they're saying. They're giving it control. All right. And this is why craniology or craniometry is an outdated science that they no longer use. You guys are hearing it. You know what I'm saying? This makes absolutely no sense. Right. But this was the available science that they had at the time. Right. Now, it even say Negro slaves were shipped to the New World. I mean, it's telling you slavery happened, and they using these sources, and they'll tell you slavery didn't happen, but they'll use a source that says slavery happened. Hey, Free Rap, how does that work, man? How does that work? I don't know, man. Like, this is crazy.
Cognitive dissonance, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm the one that used to box. You know what I'm saying? So now this table shows that the Barbados specimen falls within the range of the Gabon Negroes, except for the maximum skull length and the cranial index. So what they did here is they compared Barbados males, right? And here are all the numbers. And they compared the range of the Virgin Island males, which is 170.5 to 186.5. And then they compared it to the range of the Gabon Negro males, or West African Negroes, right? I hate to talk like this. It's really agitating me. But it goes from 170 to 192. And as we go down, you could see that the differences are very small. So this was the type of science they were using to compare it. But when they compared it to the other skulls from the Barbados, they were saying, no, it don't even compare at all. They don't compare at all. That's why they put this here for control. But as we can see, they're pretty much similar, or somewhat similar, or close in metric. So this is the chart right here. So let's read this. It says, table 2, the frequency of undeformed skulls in the collections of the West Indies. And they come right here and they do the same thing. So let's continue to read. Without going into further details in connection with the physical type, I will call attention to the one thing that clearly proves the Barbados specimen to be Negro. Okay, now, if anybody's listening, they've already told you what type of Negro that these are. They're telling you they're West Africans. They're telling this to you now. It's not even an argument. You can't even use this article now, right? And what we're seeing is some scientific commentary based on their experimentation, their hypothesis, their observation, and they've already drawn the conclusion that these are Negroes from West Africa, but they're going into more depth to explain this. All right. And this is what I'm talking about with comprehension, where people aren't comprehending what they're reading. All right.
Hey, Chris.
What up?
This that same source that you had that Hawk School pulled up that you said that you had.
Yeah.
If you look at with like you about to get into it, but it was a few times that like he skipped the word African.
Yeah.
To try to make his point. I saw that on the playback when I watched it. Keep going.
Yeah. So now you see why they got to do that, because they got ECSS syndrome, right? That's echo chamber scholarship syndrome. That's a mental condition. All right.
Yo, my bad, Chris. I don't mean to cut you off. How much longer you want to go through it? Because they starting right now. I'm trying.
Okay. You know what? Let's finish it up when you get back. Close it down. Hey, y'all, we'll come back a little bit later because I know not a coincidence want to go in on this debate. All right, bro.
Yeah, I definitely want to pay attention to this so I can, you know what I'm saying? So we can talk about it. We got a conversation. Yo, Chris, I sent you a message too. Check that out.
Okay, then bet that up.
So yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm about to go watch the YK debate. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch y'all later.
Peace.
And we're gonna
real quick.
Peace. Oh, go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, is that you with the 813?
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. I'll catch y'all later. God bless you. Good night. Wait, Lucky, did you go? Yo, Lucky, Brazilian Monk asked him, did you see his email? I know you was trying to you got an extra ticket, you trying to give it to him. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. He said put it now. So Brazilian, put your email now. I think Lucky needs your email right now. I'm waiting on you. I'll make sure you get your. All right, Lucky, you put the email. You see it? Wow, Sean, you want to come up here and run the show while I go watch the debate? What's up? You want to take over? Cause I'll leave it up. You want to run through some things. I'll give you the controls. Man. Post a link to what? The debate. Debate. It's a paid debate. I can't get the link out like that. I can't do that. Y'all have me banned. Talking like me. He's like, yeah, nah, I can't do that. So you got to talk to Ad Power, man. You got to talk to Ad Power about that, man. I ain't selling the debate. I just wanted some people to show up for YK. Word. But I'm out of here, y'all. I'll catch y'all in a little bit, man. Peace, peace, peace. Sean working debate. Sean, you gotta go talk to your man, Ad Power, man. Oh, the link to pay. Oh, hold on, I got you. If you want to pay for the debate, my bad. It's Ad Power Cash App. You gotta hit his Cash App and just put your email. Let me get the Cash App. Let me put it in there. So this is the Cash App right here. Aboriginal Power. And then you should see a picture of his fat ass sitting down. Aboriginal Power is $10. And then in the where you can write a comment, put your email address, and you can put Truth Debate. You know what I'm saying? Put Truth Debate and your email address. All right. Yeah, man. Boy, but that's how you buy the ticket, though, right there. All right. I'm out of there. Hit the Cash App, put the debate. Yeah, that's it. Word. And then look for your email address. Let me think, man. Yeah, that's it. Let me go over here. Let me watch this. But that's the Cash App right there, man. All right, I'll catch y'all later.